What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode. Makaiza, Mind Does Matter. Let's get this party started, shall we? We are in this space. Let us take a moment, bring in some good energy. So, what are we doing here? I always love talking about the mind. That's clearly one of my favorite topics on the planet. But I also love talking about the heart. I love when I get to open up my heart. I learned this, I'm gonna grab this book. Oh man, I learned how to open up my heart through this book here called The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. Look this guy up, you will enjoy. And man, this was a topic for me that just made everything make sense, you know? You run into certain things where everything just starts to click, and you're like, oh my God, this is awesome. And this was one of those times. When I was introduced to this book, I'm watching my little doggy over there because she running amok around here. I had to restart this video a couple times due to her, but anyway. When I get to open up my heart, when I choose, let's be wise with our words. When I choose to open up my heart, when I choose to be the best version of myself by having unconditional love for myself, and that leaks into the rest of the world, life flows. And everyone talks about this flow state. You got to get in the flow state, right? You got to have the flow of life, the chi. What is that? That is a real thing. Chi is real. Flow is real. And you're either tapped in or not. That's how easy it is to understand. Like, you're either tapped into flow or you're not. How do you know if you're tapped into flow? How do you feel? You feel good? You feel like anything you do is going to work out? You feel like the people in your life are here to support? You feel like the things that you do support other people? Do you feel like you're exceeding expectations that you set for yourself? That's flow state right there. It's that simple. Now, how do you know if you're in or out? Is by what I just said. But even further, you also know if you're in or out of flow based on what's happening around you, right? When you first start to get into the flow state, when you first start to get into a flow, things get crazy. They get chaotic. They get scary. They get rumbled up, jumbled up, mixed up, right? It's like everything gets thrown in the air and the dust settles when you first start to get into that flow. But as that flow, you get used to the feeling of it and you keep flowing with life. You keep making choices, whether they're easy or hard to make. You keep doing things, taking actions that are guiding your body in the direction of which you want it to end up in. Not your body guiding you where it wants to go. Your body guiding you to the toilet when you first wake up in the morning. Your body guiding you over to the refrigerator. Your body guiding you to the coffee pot. Your body guiding you to the car. Your body guiding you to work. Like, your body's gonna guide you everywhere if you don't take control of this thing. But as we guide ourselves and we guide our body to where we want it to go, those decisions that we're making, those are flow state decisions, right? Making choices is not easy, but we're full of, that's all life is full of, is choices, making decisions, making choices, choice after choice after choice. My choice to speak, the choice just to act, to move, to speak, to think, to look, all choices, all awareness. But everyone talks about the flow state and people share with you how to get into it. And I listen to these people. I agree with them. But the only way I really know when I'm in flow is what I mentioned earlier, how I feel. And as I learned, I didn't even know what this was gonna feel like. But I knew when I was taught, I'm gonna see what chapter it's in, when I was taught what it felt like to open up my heart. Yeah, chapter 6, the secrets of the spiritual heart. And chapter 7 is transcending the tendency to close. to close the heart, right? So chapter 6, the secrets of the spiritual heart. That's a powerful chapter. The spiritual heart is the one in which is open. You close your heart every single time someone says something to you that you don't like and you judge. Your heart closes. Every time something happens that you dislike and you feel that and you express it, heart closed. See, the feeling's not the problem. When we feel it, that's okay. It's okay. The feeling's gonna be the feeling, but the feeling's not you. It's when we embody the feeling and we think it's us that it then turns into a closed heart chakra action. Because an opened heart chakra would do everything out of unconditional love. So I'm gonna read this little first paragraph because this open heart stuff is really powerful and I need a little assistance on expressing it to you guys. So it starts out like this. Chapter 6, the secrets of the spiritual heart. Very few people understand the heart. In truth, your heart is one of the masterpieces of creation. It is a phenomenal instrument. It has the potential to create vibrations and harmonies that are far beyond the beauty of pianos, strings, or flutes. You can hear an instrument, but you feel your heart. And if you think that you feel an instrument, it's only because it touched your heart. Your heart is an instrument made of extremely subtle energy that few people come to appreciate. In most humans, listen here, this is when it gets interesting. The heart does its work unattended. What did I just say? Your body's gonna take you to all these places. Your body's gonna move you to the coffee maker in the morning. Your body's gonna get you into the car, right? Your body's running this series of habits. Same thing with your heart. Same thing with your mind. Mind, body, heart, soul. It's all running on a pattern. So in most humans, the heart does its work unattended. Even though its behavior governs the course of our lives, it is not understood. If at any given point in time, the heart happens to open, we fall in love. If at any given point in time it happens to close, the love stops. You ever experienced that? Talk to me. If the heart happens to hurt, we get angry. And if we stop feeling it all together, we get empty. All of these different things happen because the heart goes through changes. These energy shifts and variations that take place in the heart run your life. You are so identified with them that you use the words I and me when you refer to what's going on in your heart. But in truth, you are not your heart. You are the experiencer of your heart. The heart is actually very simple to understand. What did I say? I go back to the first of the video. I said it's actually very easy to know if your heart's open or closed, if you're in flow state or not, right? The heart is actually very simple to understand. And I'm not doing this because I'm thinking I'm right. I'm actually doing this because I haven't read this book in over 3 years, but I remember this, and other things in life have helped to solidify this in me. So it's actually cool to like re-experience what I read the first 2 times I read this book. But anyway, the heart is actually an energy center, a chakra. You ever heard of that? You ever heard of a chakra before? What color would this represent, right? You can't tell the color probably because of the camera. This one right here would be the root, I think. I think it's red. I don't fucking know. So the heart is one of the most beautiful and powerful energy centers, and one that affects our daily lives. As we've seen, an energy center is an area within your being through which your energy focuses, distributes, and flows. This energy flow has been referred to as Shakti, spirit. And what? Chi, bitch. What? Let's go. And it plays an intricate part in your life. You feel the heart's energy all the time. Think about what it's like to feel love in your heart. Think about what it's like to feel inspiration and enthusiasm pour from your heart. Think about what it's like to feel energy well up in your heart, making you confident and strong. All of this happens because the heart is an energy center. Read a little bit more. The heart controls the energy flow by opening and closing. This means that the heart, like a valve, can either allow the flow of energy to pass through, or it can restrict the flow of energy from passing through. If you observe your heart, you know very well what it feels like when it's open and what it feels like when it's closed. I only know this because I have practiced it. But you will come to know it. In fact, the state of your heart changes quite regularly, and it does. It does. You can be experiencing great feelings of love while in the presence of someone until they say something what you don't like. Boom, then your heart closes toward them, and you simply don't feel the same love anymore. We all have experienced this, but what exactly is causing it? Since we all have to experience the heart, we might as well understand what's going on in there. Ah, yes, I love it. Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back and read this again. I keep it out on the table all the time, but I'm into doing other things right now. But you like that, right? That's some good stuff. That's exactly the stuff I was just talking about. Heart open, heart closed. You can close your eyes with me. Let's do an exercise. I like to do shit. You know, I don't like to say shit. I like to do shit. So close your eyes. If you can. If you're driving, use your imagination. So let's close our eyes right now. And just take a minute to feel your heart. Feel the space where your heart dwells. Did you start smiling like I did? Because your heart's open and it's just letting you know, like, yo, I'm loving it. That was just I just smiled, you know, because I could feel it. So again, take a moment, keep your eyes closed, go back to your heart, and just feel the space in which your heart is in space. Now open your heart. Open your heart. If your mind is talking to you, ignore it. Listen to me. Open your heart. I'm literally gonna start crying right now. Do you feel that love? Do you feel that for real? Like, I'm not playing. It's the best high you can fucking get. So that was a little exercise, guys. You see how powerful that is? Do you see how powerful that is? Did you feel your heart? Was it closed before you opened it? Or was it already kind of parted open? Like a little... What's that look like? Okay, sorry, children. I couldn't help it. But like if your heart was like this, right? It was like all slivered and small. Did it start to kind of open up a little bit? You felt that, right? It felt so good. Man, if you're feeling like shit, that's a great exercise. Just shut the fuck up. Like I said, if your mind is talking, ignore that bitch. Ignore her. She gonna keep talking anyway. He gonna keep talking anyway. Ignore that motherfucker. Let them do them. Just like you do with your haters or your enemies. If you have enemies, if you have haters, just like you do with them, let them do them. Or just like you do with the people who don't vibrate with you, let them do them. Same thing with your thoughts. If you don't vibrate with that thought, let that thought do it. It'll go away at some point. Didn't all those bitches go away? They sure did. Those thoughts will too. Oh man, that was awesome. All right, well, that concludes this episode. I hope y'all enjoyed the fuck out of that, because I sure did. I enjoyed being here. I enjoyed giving it. I enjoyed expressing. And I enjoyed being on the receiving end of all this too, because I can see my fucking self in the camera. So as I speak, I listen, right? My inside, my internal, my higher self, my source is listening at all times. So thank you for giving us a reason to be here. And we'll continue to bring more joy, happiness, love, prosperity, money, health, wealth to this planet, to this world. I love you all. This has been Makaiza. Mind is matter, direct sunlight. See y'all on the next video. And you know, family, there's one thing I wanted to add to this. I'm listening to the video back. And when I'm saying, it's about, I would say 5 minutes into the video, as I'm saying, every time the heart closes, every time someone says something you don't like and your heart closes, right? The heart is closed. You have to reopen it. Close, open, close, open. You close your heart. Well, that right there, you ever heard of a heart attack? That is us attacking our own hearts. Right? Reverend Ike said something and it changed my mind. He said, I never saw a heart attack anybody. I said, dude, you're so right. You're so right. I've never seen a heart attack anyone either. We attack our hearts. We attack our own hearts. Okay? Just wanted to leave you on that note. Mwah. See you guys in the field.